Protests across the nation tonight after another person was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Madison Wade. That shooting happened this morning, and since protests have been unfolding right here in Seattle, we want to go right out to King 5's Alex McClune, who's joining us from downtown Seattle. And Alex, you've been following protests all day. Where you are right now, a lot has happened there in the past 30 minutes.
Yeah, Madison, since we last talked to you 90 minutes ago, the dynamics of this protest have changed. There are about 200 protesters blocking the street here in downtown Seattle, specifically at 2nd and Madison, directly outside the downtown Federal Building. On the other side of those signs with the names of shooting victims in Minneapolis, Renee Good and just today, Alex Preddy, are the nearly 200, maybe 300 protesters. You can hear one of the series of speakers talking through a microphone on the other side of those barriers. Down the street, though, police here have started to block off the surrounding blocks. The protesters here, one of the speakers told the crowd they will be marching tonight. We don't know exactly when. They've been in this sort of holding pattern, occupying the block here for about 30 minutes. A series of speakers has really amped up the emotions here. I want to give you a sense of the signs we're seeing here. Some do include expletives, but speakers have been leading the crowd in chants saying expletive ICE. They're talking about different groups in Seattle, their concerns for the news of ICE here locally, and obviously touching on the news that's been developing in Minneapolis today. This, so far, is the most disruptive demonstration we've seen after a series of peaceful protests throughout the day.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
A punk band kicked off the march that led hundreds through West Seattle Saturday. Voices echoed through Hiawatha Park with more opposition to ICE and federal immigration enforcement.
Unfortunately, when we were preparing this morning, we got word of yet another death in Minneapolis.
West Seattle Indivisible organized the We Are Still Standing rally to mark a year since President Trump took office. The focus changed early Saturday when federal agents shot and killed 37-year-old Minneapolis resident Alex Preddy during an immigration enforcement. Organizers say it added urgency to their message.
That helps us today really cement our resolve.
So we're going to stay together.
A series of speakers told the crowd that even as fears grow, they see community and peaceful resistance as the only way forward.
This is what real community looks like.
Organizers shared signs as hundreds moved along California Avenue toward the junction. People in Seattle continue to stand up for their neighbors they say are being targeted. Earlier this week, several Seattle public schools went into shelter-in-place protocol amid reported ICE activity nearby, prompting fear and confusion among families. In Renton, more people demonstrated outside a Tesla dealership.
It leaves me feeling like, how do we reach the people?
BJ planned to protest before Saturday's shooting deepened her concerns.
They can get on social media. They can make a difference.
Back here live in downtown Seattle, where about at least 200 protesters have blocked the street at 2nd and Madison outside the Seattle Federal Building. Madison, organizers here, speakers communicating to this crowd through microphones, are saying that they will be planning more demonstrations tomorrow. Madison?
And Alex, again, tomorrow will be a very busy place in our city with the Seahawks game going on as well. But talking about the protests you're at right now, I know you said they indicated to possibly march tonight. Have they said when that's starting and possibly where they're going?
No, we haven't heard any specifics about when they will start marching. They've been in this area for at least, I would say, an hour now. As to where they're going to march, we're on 2nd Avenue right now. I want to show you that police are up the street on Madison Street blocking that way, and then down the street here on 2nd Avenue, you can see a Seattle cruiser, police cruiser right there, and there are another 2 cruisers down the block, and you can see all those headlights, all the traffic getting disrupted here. Madison, they have a message, and protesters are letting the city know that they oppose ICE.
Alex, live for us in downtown Seattle at a growing protest right now. We will make sure that we check in with you if anything changes. We also have a crew covering this for tonight on King 5 as well. Stay with King 5 on our app for all the latest updates. Alex, thank you.